Hey, ColonelCripple, another vlog, hey, video, woo. For once, I've been thinking heavily. I'm a heavy Facebook user. Have been for years since it came out. I was one of the very first that ever signed up for it before it got big, before everybody's heard of it, you know? A couple of years ago, I signed up for Twitter. Barely touched it, but recently, I have been getting into it, and I'm now starting to see the point of having both a Facebook and Twitter account simultaneously. And as a heavy Facebook user, as a longtime Facebook fan, I think Facebook needs some features from Twitter, some ripped-off versions of some features from Twitter, 2 to be exact. And I say rip-off very lightly, loosely, lightly, whatever you prefer to say, loosely or lightly. Write in the comment. I'm just kidding, because every company, whether it be electronics, computers, or websites, rip off. Everybody rips off, or operating systems too, right? Everybody rips off everybody now. And it's so common nowadays that it's really pointless to complain about, ooh, Windows 8 is like the Mac now. Because really, it's so common, there's no point in complaining about it, because companies it's obviously a trend now, so there's no point in your complaints. Aren't going to change that. Anyway, the 2 features I think Facebook really needs is retweets or reposts of status updates. You can repost it, but it won't. And I should really write to Facebook. I actually discussed this with someone yesterday, and they said, you should write to Facebook. That's a good idea. Ergo, rip off, but it really does need it by Facebook. You can retweet people's tweets in Twitter. They need that on Facebook, but like a sort of thing where it'll post your status, it'll repost the status with like a single button, but it won't go public to everyone until the permission is either accepted or declined by the user of that status update. So, yeah, you know what I mean. And the second feature I think Facebook needs is some sort of a version of a hashtag on Facebook. Maybe they do have that, and I'm just retarded, and not as big as a Facebook user as I thought I was. Let me know if they have that in the comments, as I would really like to know. I know there's like photos and videos you can reshare via somebody else, but that's not the same thing. I want some sort of a hashtag, and here's why I think they need that feature the most out of the 2 I've mentioned. There's always that status update you put that everybody likes and comments on. But then there's that really important one that you think you're funny and so proud of yourself for telling a joke, or it actually is important, like some wedding photos or some wedding video or something. And that's the one, those are the status updates that you want people to see. But nobody likes them and nobody comments on them. And I'm like, well, I just publicly put something on the internet for the whole world to see, and it totally slipped by. What a coincidence. And that's why I think it needs it. So, like, if I was posting a wedding, if I was quoting a movie like Lord of the Rings or something, I would put hashtag Lord of the Rings or hashtag J.R. Tolkien or something. That's how I would do it anyway, so yeah. I really think Facebook needs those 2 features. And it's killing me, because if Facebook had those, Twitter would slowly, and I mean slowly, start going downhill. Because really, besides those 2 features missing, retweets and hashtags on Facebook, they need, really, that's all Twitter is good for. It's like, oh, yay, a journal that's not, or a diary that's not private. Yeah. So, but, Facebook has all the more in-depth crap. That's just my opinion, anyway. Only an opinion. Don't get riled up in the comment section. But I would like to know your opinion. No arguing now. Twitter versus Facebook. Now, the two features that I think Facebook needs that I've already mentioned. Do you agree with me, or do you disagree, and why or why not? Post that in the comments. I'd like to know. Do you think that's a good idea? Having some sort of a Twitter ripoff of a feature or so? Let me know in the comments below. If you liked my ranting and my nerdy vlogging, comment, rate the video, and subscribe if you want to keep up to date with my life. My disabled life. Yes, I am in a wheelchair. Woohoo! For you newcomers, like you wanted to know that. Well, look at the name of the channel. That should give you a clue. Anyway, comment, rate, subscribe. I will see you in the next vlog. Bye-bye for now.